We have 11 amazing restaurants featuring a wide variety for every price range and appetite. We have 11 amazing restaurants featuring a wide variety for every price range and appetite. South Point's Garden Buffet has something for everyone at unbeatable prices. Or, if hunger strikes in the middle of the night, join us at Coronado Cafe. The American menu offers breakfast, lunch, or dinner 24 hours a day. Plus a Chinese kitchen for authentic Chinese dishes from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. From steak and eggs to wonton soup, it's fast and friendly service 24/7. When you need a quick pick-me-up, you can find it at our state-of-the-art Starbucks just inside the main South Point entrance. Order ahead with the Starbucks app for easy mobile order pickups. Or enjoy your favorites in the relaxing dining area anytime, day or night. If you love Mexican food, Baja Miguel's has all of your south-of-the-border favorites. There are dozens of classics to choose from, like fajitas, ceviche, chimichangas, tacos, and more. And for spirit lovers, Baja's colorful non-smoking tequila bar is right outside.
Hi, I'm Kurt Angle. I represented the United States in the Olympics in 1996 and won a gold medal. Then I parlayed that into a pro wrestling career. I saw a commercial a few years ago.
Tunnel to Towers Foundation made a promise.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation is paying off the mortgages for Gold Star families with young children. I thought, this is really cool. I want to be a part of it. My dad served in the Army for 30 years. We didn't have a lot of money, but he made sure we had what we needed. He set a great example for all of us. He died in a construction accident my freshman year in high school. When he died, we didn't have any income coming in, and we ended up being forced to move out of our house. I was devastated. So I understand what these families are going through, and to have an organization like Tunnel to Towers come in and pick you up and carry you and give you a home to live in, I think that's just amazing. I'd like to ask you to donate $11 a month to support these efforts by going to t2t.org or calling 1-844-BRAVEST.
The Southern California Thoroughbred Circuit continues at Los Alamitos Racecourse with exciting daytime racing set for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday through July 6th. This weekend's feature is the Los Alamitos Derby on Saturday. Past winners include greats like Shared Belief, Game Winner, and Accelerate. Plus, our live on-track handicapping contest is also set for this Saturday. We'll have berths to the NHC in Las Vegas. And remember, our holiday racing program is set for Friday, 4th of July. Daytime racing is back at Los Alamitos Racecourse.
The following is a Race Day Las Vegas presentation in association with Siraco Productions Limited on the Race Day Las Vegas Radio Network.
Live from the gaming capital of the world, time for Race Day Las Vegas, covering the sport of kings with a Las Vegas perspective. Now to the race desk with your host, Ralph Siraco.
From the backstretch to the turf club, at the racebooks and on the internet, to all horse players around the world, a good morning. Alrighty. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Race Day Las Vegas radio program for this exciting Saturday of racing coming up. And we come to you live and direct from the gaming capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada, right here at the South Point Studios at the South Point Hotel Casino Complex on Las Vegas Boulevard in your gaming capital and on the YouTube South Point Studios streaming network. We welcome you to the show. Also, all of you running around town on this beautiful morning here in Las Vegas, listening to us on our anchor radio station, Sports Talk 1400 AM, 107.1 FM, and of course all of the other platforms that we have, our websites, racedaylasvegas.com, .vegas, .world, .global, iPhone, Android, and Google phone, covered with the apps. KSHP app to listen through the radio station, the YouTube app, of course, you can see us here as well there on your iPhone, Androids, or your Google phones, and of course, anywhere you get your podcasting as well. Simply put, however, wherever, whenever. Welcome to the Race Day Show on a very, very busy and exciting Saturday of racing. Today, what a racing card we have at Churchill Downs. We have big carryovers, both at Los Alamitos, two of them there. A pick six carryover, and for the first time in the history of the daytime racing at Los Alamitos, an early pick five carryover from the crazy stuff that happened yesterday. More crazy stuff that happened at Churchill Downs. where the pick six paid over $110,000 to more than one winner. And you got over $1.5 million going into the carryover for the jackpot today. And if it misses today, bada bing, tomorrow's going to be a horse player holiday with a mandatory payoff. Those are the carryovers. We have the reigning American Horse of the Year and the reigning Canadian Horse of the Year competing today. We have last year's Breeders' Cup Classic winner competing today. And trainer Bob Baffert, he's going for another Los Alamitos Derby victory. How about if he wins today 9 Los Alamitos Derbies in a row, and 2 jockeys hit milestones yesterday across the country? Just some of the things that are happening in racing. What a great day it's going to be. And, of course, a couple of other quick things as well to mention. HISA is now getting into the business of trying to regulate the health of the jockeys. HISA is going to start a medical advisory committee for the jockeys. Are you ready for that? Anyhow, a lot of great news happening. Look, we've got a defending champion in the Frank DeFrancis over at Laurel Park. And as I say, a whole bunch of other great stakes races, including a horse, Booth, who is going for his 5th win in a row in the Kelly's Landing. A lot of great stuff happening today. So let's get into it right away as we look at what happened in the crazy day of racing yesterday. And let me tell you, it was a crazy, crazy day of racing yesterday. Here we go. Churchill Downs. First race, Jose Ortiz gets his first of multiple winners yesterday for Grant Foster at 260. Okay. Second race, Steve Asmussen gets his first win of more than one yesterday. Florent Garreau, the same thing. Garreau won his first of many yesterday, paying $16.48. He and Asmussen together. Then Garreau came back immediately in the third race for Brad Cox and a $6.30 winner. Jose Ortiz popped in with his second win for Linda Rice at Churchill Downs at $11.76 in the fourth race. In the fifth race, Jose Ortiz came back to the winner's circle with his third win out of the first 5 races for leading trainer Joe Sharp's first win of the day, paying $5.44. So that early pick 5 came back real formful, paid $350.77. Okay. Then the pick 6 started. The sixth race, the start of the pick 6. Brian Hernandez Jr., who had several wins yesterday, went gate to wire with a horse called Rose, Alabama for Tom Drury Jr. and paid $42.14 to start the pick 6. Seventh race, Christian Torres jumps in with a big long shot. Dancing for Gold got the gold, paying $47.30. First 2 winners, $40 winners in the pick 6. And so it goes. Eighth race, Brian Hernandez comes back for his second winner. For Steve Asmussen's second winner, paying $11.28. The pick 5 that ended in that race, that started out with an $11.76 winner, $5.44, $42.14, $47.30, and $11.28. How about that 50-cent pick 5? $28,145.96. We move on. Ninth race, Jose Ortiz gets his 4th win of the day. Joe Sharp's second win of the day, teaming up together to pay $9.30. The 10th race, how about Jose Ortiz coming back with his 5th win of the day, paying $12.18 for Phil Bauer. And the 11th and final race paid $18.46 for trainer Dale Romans and jockey Corey Lannery. Corey Lannery, with that win, becomes the second winningest jockey in the history of Churchill Downs with 1,233 Churchill Downs wins. Only second to Pat Day, just passing Calvin Burrell. A milestone for Corey Lannery. The pick 6, out of all of that, the 20-cent base bet pick 6 paid $110,712.65 to more than one winner. And a huge carryover continues in the jackpot today on a big day of racing at Churchill Downs. Belmont at Aqueduct. Flavian Pratt He got a milestone yesterday as well. Started out the first race with his first winner for Miguel Clement, paying $6.20. Came back in the second race for Brad Cox, paying $2.40. That'll be Brad Cox's first win on the day there. Then in the fifth race, Pratt wins for Rudy Rodriguez, paying $7 even. In the seventh race, Pratt comes back for Brad Cox's second win and Pratt's fourth win of the day at Belmont at Aqueduct, paying $2.70. And with that win, Flavien Prat wins his 2,000th career win in America. And he moved to the U.S. from France back in 2015 and already has amassed 2,000 winners. Flavien Prat gets his milestone in the seventh race yesterday. And then we wrap it up with Pratt getting his fifth win of the day, working on his second 4,000 in the ninth and final race for Jenna Antonucci, paying $14.40, and the pick six at Belmont paid $39,380.50 there. And then we get the Los Alamitos. First race winner, $11.40. Second race winner, $4 even. Third race winner, $19 even. Ricardo Ramirez winning his first of two races on the card yesterday at Los Al. The fourth race winner, $35.80. And then the payoff race in the only pick five of the day at Los Alamitos. Desert Dog breaks on the gate in front, never stopped, went wire to wire. This 2-year-old maiden claimer paid $130 to win for every $2 win bet. Bada bing. Nobody had the pick five. The carryover for the 50-cent pick five today at Los Alamitos, first 5 races, it's already sitting there with $114,000 plus in the pool, the first time a pick five has ever carried over in the history of the Los Alamitos Thoroughbred meet. We move on. Sixth race winner, $820. Seventh race winner, $960. Eighth race winner, again, Ricardo Ramirez for Sergio Morfin, paying $38.60. And the last race winner paid $12.60. Nobody had the pick six. Guess what? Nobody had 5 out of 6 in the pick six yesterday at Los Al. 4 out of 6 paid $1,181.80. And you have a second carryover today at Los Alamitos. Early pick 5, pick 6, and of course the Los Alamitos Derby right in the midst of that pick 6. That yesterday at Los Alamitos. The race, those 4 races at Penn National, headed up by the Penn Mile, just were fated. Fate had its foot on them yesterday. Now look, they canceled those 4 races twice already because of weather and track conditions. They got it going yesterday. But with the rain coming yesterday, they had several key scratches in those races that included the 7-5 favorite in the Penn Mile. Zulu Kingdom was scratched. Now, Flavien Prat was supposed to ride that horse, so he just didn't. He said, nope, I'm not riding any races at Penn National. If that's scratched, he didn't go. So what happened? The Leafard Stakes, won by Coronina for Tyler Connor and Mike Matz, paying $18.20. The Alphabet Soup, won by Fierce and Strong. Tyler Connor, back-to-back for stakes races there, $8.20 for Mike Savaggio Jr. The Penn Oaks was won by Laura Lynn after several scratches in that race. Jose Ruiz rode Laurel Lynn in place of Kendrick Carmouche, who didn't go either. For Graham Motion, paying $3.20. Outrunning Candy Quest and Raining Flowers. And in the Penn Mile, after Zulu King, the big scratch there, the favorite there, Dream On wins in the rain on the mile turf, Penn National, Penn Mile. Javier Castellano, Javier Castellano for Mark Casse, paying $6 even. Cario Caper ran second. Out on Bail was third. It was just fated not to be those good 4 races. And finally, at Monmouth Park, Paco Lopez, who had 8 mounts yesterday at Monmouth, was held to just one winner out of those 8 mounts. That was yesterday. We got a lot to cover today. We're going to go right to our first break because we have with us Jonathan Ardoon. We have Bob Mazursky for Los Alamitos, John Lindo as well. Rich Eng, Jerry J will not be with us today, but they left me their picks for you, and your racing menu comes up next. We're just getting started on this Saturday show. Don't do it. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
South Point Casino has plenty of attractions for the whole family. Catch a movie. Our 16-screen movie theater includes 2 XD Extreme screens for the ultimate in viewing, sound, and luxury. After the show, treat the family to a variety of treats at our old-fashioned ice cream parlor, Kate's Corner. We scoop up a variety of creamy concoctions, including smoothies, hand-dipped cones, milkshakes, malts, sodas, and sundaes. At Kate's, there's something for everyone. And if you've still got time to spare, our bowling center might be right up your alley. Voted Best of Las Vegas, it's a great place for friends and family fun. 64 lanes, a pro shop, snack bar, and arcade. And while the kids are bowling, you can play slots and sip on a drink in the Alley Cat Lounge while overlooking the lanes. For our more serious and professional bowlers, the South Point is also home to a separate tournament bowling plaza.
The Southern California Thoroughbred Circuit continues at Los Alamitos Racecourse with exciting daytime racing set for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday through July 6th. This weekend's feature is the Los Alamitos Derby on Saturday. Past winners include greats like Shared Belief, Game Winner, and Accelerate. Plus, our live on-track handicapping contest is also set for this Saturday. We'll have berths to the NHC in Las Vegas. And remember, our holiday racing program is set for Friday, 4th of July. Daytime racing is back at Los Alamitos Racecourse.
All right, continuing on this fast-moving Saturday Race Day Las Vegas show, I want to remind you folks about the weather here in Las Vegas. 83 degrees outside already. It's 83 degrees. The sun is shining. It's beautiful. We're going to get up to 107 today, which means, again, stay hydrated. If you feel dehydrated, it'll be too late. Make sure you drink a lot of water. Stay out. Don't stay outside too long, either you or the kids or the pets or anybody else, because it's going to be hot out there today. But it's always fast, firm, and perfect in the race book here at South Point. You know that's where we'll be watching all this great racing today. And don't forget to check on the elderly as well in hot days like this. Temperatures around the country: Miami 87, New York 86, Chicago 84, L.A. is 88, and Phoenix, Arizona gets the prize again for the hottest spot in the nation. There'll be 109 degrees today. As far as the weather out there is concerned, it looks like that all of the bad weather is way up, way in the northern corner, the northeast corner of the U.S., not near any of the major racetracks. But as far as Louisville is concerned, where Churchill Downs is today, it says it's going to be 86 degrees today, humidity at 74%, the wind at 7 miles per hour. And looking at the radar, there is some clouds moving from the west to the east, but it looks like it hopefully will bypass Louisville, Kentucky, and we'll have great racing today at Churchill Downs. Now, here's your racing menu for today. We remind you, first post times are Pacific, because that's where we're at in the Pacific time zone. These will be the first post times rolling out in our race books today. If you are listening in any other the time zones, well, you know what to do. Adjust from whatever time zone you're into the Pacific time zone. You'll get it right. You'll tweak it right. This way you won't miss anything. I don't want you to miss anything today, like I miss Mom and Dad. Okay, here we go. Here's your menu for today. We begin with Horseshoe, Indianapolis. It's Quarter Horse Day at Horseshoe, Indianapolis. 13 quarter horse trials for 2-year-olds at 350 yards. It all starts at 7:45 this morning. Valterra Park has 8 races. Their first post time at Valterra is set at 8:15. 8:15 at Valterra. Laurel Park. Laurel Park has 12 races, 4 stakes races. The deputed testimony will be the 4th race on the card. Post time is the big 2-5 favorite in that 6-horse field. The Alma North is the 9th race on the card there. The 7-5 favorite there is Mystic Lake. In the Prince George's County, that's the 10th on the card. You got a 9-5 favorite in Passioned. And in the $175,000 Frank J. DeFrancis Memorial Dash at 6 furlongs, the favorite in the race at 5-2 is Super Chow. Super Chow is the 5-2 favorite in there. However, the horse Dean Delivers, which is 7-2 and the second choice in the race, is the defending champion of the DeFrancis Dash. First post time for 12 races at Laurel on this next to closing day is at 9:10. 9:10 at Laurel today. All right, Delaware Park is next. They have 8 races there. First post time is 9:35. Then we go to Churchill Downs in Louisville, Kentucky. Big day of racing. First post time is 9:45. 6 stakes races. It'll be an all-stakes pick 6 with that monster jackpot lingering out there. All right? It begins in the 7th race, the Fleur de Lis, where the reigning horse of the year, Torpedo Anna, will try to bounce back off a loss in her last race. She's 3-5 on the morning line in the 5 filly and mare field. Then the Tepin Stakes at a mile on the turf for 3-year-old fillies. In that race, 9-5 favorite is Lush Lips with Flavian Pratt in the field of 8. The 9th race is the Kelly's Landing at 6.5 furlongs for 3-year-olds and up. This is going to be a goodie, and it's going to be fast. You got that fast runner Booth in there at 2-1 in the field as well. And then the 10th race is the Wise Dan, the Grade 2 Wise Dan. Scratch number 4, Mercante. The 5-2 morning line favorite, Mercante, has been scratched in the Wise Dan. Okay? Now, I guess the favoritism will go to Brilliant Birdie with Brian Hernandez aboard. That's the 10th. The 11th race is the biggie, the $1 million Grade 1 Stephen Foster. A mile and 1/8 for 4-year-olds and up. A field of 7 is now a field of 6. Big scratch in the race, number 3, Skippy Longstocking. Skippy Longstocking has been scratched out of the Stephen Foster, the reigning Breeders' Cup Classic winner. Sierra Leone is in the field, and he is the 5-2 favorite with Flavian Pratt. And then the 12th race is the American Derby. In that race, scratched the 2 Flying Mohawk, the 7 Soleil Valant, and the 10 Adjade. Adjade is also scratched. That leaves a field of 7 in there for the American Derby. And the favorite in that race at 5-2 is Tiztastic with Joel Rosario. Big day of racing at Churchill. First post time is at 9:45. Monmouth Park has 9 races. Paco Lopez has a mount in each and every one of the 9 races. The feature's the Tail of the Cat. That's the 8th race on the card, the Tail of the Cat. And it has a field of 11. In that, first post time at Monmouth Park with a pick 6 jackpot carryover of $31,008 is set at $950. Gulfstream Park, 11 races today at Gulfstream. Their carryover in their Rainbow Jackpot pick 6 carryover, $86,913. They have a mandatory for tomorrow as well. 11 races today at Gulfstream and a first post time of $950. Woodbine, north of the border's got a big day of racing there. They got 5 stakes races. The Marine Stakes, which is a prep for the King's Plate, is the 5th race on the card. For 3-year-olds at a mile and 16th, a field of 7 goes there. Scorching is the 2-1 favorite. The Celine is the 7th race on the card. The Grade 3 Celine, 2-1 favorite there is Something About Her. In the Grade 2 Highlander, the 8th race on the card, the reigning Canadian Horse of the Year, Patches O'Houlihan, is the 6-5 favorite in that race in a field of 8. The Grade 3 Dominion Day is the 9th on the card. In that race, the 2-1 favorite is Fantastic Again. And the 10th race is the Nassau, the Grade 2 Nassau, field of 12, an overflow field of 12 there. And Caitlin, her greatest, is the 2-1 favorite in that one. First post time at Woodbine for their big racing day is at 10:05 there. And the carryover in the pick 6 jackpot at Woodbine, $25,066. Their Super High 5 jackpot carryover, $46,641. Belmont at Aqueduct comes up next. Their first post time is 10:10 today. They have 11 races. Their feature races early is the 3rd race on the card, the Ashley T. Cole. And in that race, there is at 6 furlongs on the outer turf course at Belmont at Aqueduct. First post time is at 10:10. Los Alamitos Thoroughbred with 2 carryovers. Pick 5 carryover, $114,000 plus. Pick 6 carryover, $19,000 plus. Pick 5 goes in the first race. Pick 6 will start in the 4th race. And the Los Alamitos Derby is their 8th and featured race for 3-year-olds. A field of 5. And in that 5, 3 of them are trained by Bob Baffert, going for his 9th consecutive Los Al Derby. First post time for the 9 races at Los Alamitos Thoroughbred is set at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Emerald Downs has 8 races. Their first post time at Emerald Downs is at 1:50. Canterbury Park has 9 races, a couple of stakes races there. First post time is at 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. there. Evangeline Downs has 9 races. Their first post time is 3:30. Prairie Meadows has 10 races, 3/4 horses and 7 thoroughbreds. First post time at Prairie Meadows today is set at 4 p.m. And then you have Charlestown, which is also at 4 p.m. today for their 8-race card at Charlestown. And finally, we get to Los Alamitos, the second card there at Los Alamos, the quarter horse card this evening. 8 races, 2 thoroughbreds, 2 thoroughbred and quarter horse mixed, 4 quarter horses overall. That's the field of 8 there, and a first post time of 6:15 at Los Alamitos for their second card this evening. Now, what I want to do is I'm gonna go to Jonathan Hardoon, and then we'll go right to Bob Mazurski, who's standing by at Los Al. But Jonathan, good morning. And all I got to say, Jonathan, is we got a long day today and a big card at Churchill Downs. Now, we're going to do what they call on ESPN the Chris Berman 2-minute drill. And so we'll get started as they will roll out. Now, there's 6 stakes races at Churchill Downs. That comprises the pick 6 today. So it's an all-stakes pick 6 for that big jackpot. 7th race, the Florida Leaf, 5 go in it, and Torpedo Anna is the big 3-5 favorite. Can we beat Torpedo Anna to start this thing off?
Jin actually has a shot to beat her. Third start back off of a layoff. She ran very well in her first 2 starts since joining the Brendan Walsh barn.
So you like Jin to upset Torpedo Anna again?
Yeah, well, Torpedo Anna is going to be literally 2 to 5 or less. So,
she's going to be what is perceived to be the free bingo square in the pick 6 sequence, but we'll wait and see. All right, the Teppan is at a mile on the turf for 3-year-old fillies, the 8th race on the card. 8 go to the post in that one. Lush Lips is the 9-5 favorite.
And deservedly so. Flavian Pratt rides. It's a 2-horse race. Lush Lips and Vixen, both of these fillies just better than the rest of them.
All right, so then if you were putting together a pick 6 ticket, you'd go just too deep in that race.
Yes, and I wouldn't waste my time putting in a pick 6 today, Ralph. I think it has a really good chance of chalking out. There will not be a single today.
Well, isn't that okay, though, with that big prize up there? You know, it's a 20 cents away bet. I mean, you know the pot's going to be big. Why not? If it's going to be chalks, it would be a small ticket, right?
Yeah, the good thing about Churchill is they only carry over 10%, so there's still plenty of money in the pool.
Right.
So for that reason, you should be playing.
Yes, I know that, big players like you want to wait until it's a mandatory payoff. Yeah, but okay. Oh, all right.
Listen, if it wasn't hit yesterday and the fact that there weren't any possible singles going into the last race really kind of scares you away, to tell you the truth.
Is that not amazing?
When you start off with an $800 double and a $3,200 pick 3, I was betting that there was a good chance it was going to be hit yesterday, and it wasn't.
Well, that's amazing, because we know that the jackpot, to be taken down, you have to have long shots. In order to have long shots, unless you have somebody who has a vision about it, it usually goes to the bigger conglomerates that buy out races that look like it's going to be like that. Now, when you get those long shots like that, you got to figure that the big conglomerates are still alive, and the fact that they couldn't put together the rest of them, you're right, is amazing. Well, some of them did, I guess, because it did pay $110,000.
Yeah, so that means there were 5 winners. So that's pretty good handicapping. But the poor little guys got knocked out early and never had a shot to recover.
You're looking at one. Okay, we continue. The next race is the 9th on the card. It's the Kelly's Landing at 6.5 furlongs for 3-year-olds. And Booth, who is sitting on, several winners already, the Steve Asmussen trainee, reunites with Eric Asmussen there. He's the 2-1 favorite, and he has got a lot of gas to him.
He does, and he's in top form, Ralph. He goes for 5 in a row today.
Yeah.
It looks like he's going to be tough. It's a 4-year-old that's just getting better. The Asmussen barn has certainly warmed up the last couple of weeks. Obviously, the horse to beat.
And Steve Asmussen has thrown the barn at him over the weekend. Over the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, before the scratches, he has 22 horses entered. So he's loaded for today. And one of them is a horse that they'll have to catch. Booth is going to be out there. They're going to just have to catch him, that's for sure, in that race. And I guess the only horse maybe is the Southern California shipper, Dr. Beckman, who is not too shabby. I mean, he might be able to catch him.
Yeah, he is breaking from the rail, and we said it yesterday, as great as Glot is, and he's got some terrific stats. One of his weak stats is shipping, but we're going to see today because he's got a number of live horses over the next 2 days, and I'm sure he'll find the winner's circle with a couple of them.
All right. 10th race is the Wise Dan, 4-year-olds and up at mile and 16th on the turf. This one you might be able, this could be a little bit one where you have to put a few horses in this race to stay alive. With the big scratch of Mercante in that race, which was the 5-2 favorite on the morning line. Now the 3-1 second choice, that obviously becomes the favorite, is Brilliant Birdie with Brian Hernandez. And, of course, you've got Laganos in there with, Flavian Pratt. You've got me, Hermano Ramon, the California shipper for Antonio Fresu. And Seminole Chief is in there, a big long shot with Luis Saez, but he's always dangerous, Saez is. And you got the Ortiz brothers sitting on there on contenders as well.
This is a tough race, Ralph. Brilliant Birdie obviously looks like the horse to beat here. 5 starts at Churchill with 4 wins in a second. I'm going to lean towards the 2-horse in here, Laganos. This is a 4-year-old from the Steve Asmussen barn. Flavian Pratt re-rides. I think this horse is on the improve and has a chance to make another forward move, and this horse will be a little bit of a price.
I can tell you, too, another horse that I didn't mention in the rundown was Fort Washington, Junior Alvarado for his man. And Fort Washington has run some big races at times.
Yeah, he goes for his 3rd win in a row
Yeah.
also, so he's in top form. That's a tough race. It
Yeah,
really is.
that could be, well, the conglomerates will probably hit the all button in that one, but that could be a race where you have to go maybe 4 or 5 deep even. And then we get to the main event, which is the Stephen Foster, a mile and an eighth on the main track, $1 million up for grabs. It's a grade 1. Big scratch in this race is Skippy Longstocking, a horse, the way the race looked as it was going to develop, with just judging on the past performances. And even, you were mentioning this to me too. It looked like Skippy Longstocking might be the lone pace setter in the race, but yet he got scratched. You know why he got scratched at all?
I have no idea why he got scratched, but that is a huge scratch. And you're right, Ralph. The race is really paceless. There is no pace in this race. Sierra Leone, who I guess will be the favorite, is going to be up against it. He has no pace to close into. He needs them to be cooking up front. I went to Hit Show, one of the Cox horses in here, but no strong conviction, because if any one of them win, it would be no surprise, with the exception of the Lucas horse, the 7. Everybody else has a chance. It's going to be a rider's race. This is for sure.
Well, the 7 is Ashcroft, and if there's any angels up there talking about doing something, you never know. So we got that factor in there as well. But a horse that I like in the race is the horse Mind Frame. I thought he ran a huge race when he won his last race in that blanket finish. I think he's going to enjoy the mile and 1/8, and I wouldn't be too bit surprised if he's very close to the early pace in this race.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ralph. Listen, he's won 6 times and run second twice. He's never run a bad race. Again, it's a wide open event. And
it's a great event, too. These are great horses in this race. Look, Sierra Leone, the Breeders' Cup Classic winner, is in there. Now, he'll be making his second start as a 4-year-old. He hasn't raced since the Breeders' Cup Classic all but one time. But, his connections know how to get a horse ready.
Yeah, but it's surprising. Where has he been? There's certainly been enough races for him. He could have run here at Belmont Week at Saratoga, where he was stabled, but never got in a race. So I don't know where he's been, but I'm sure they know what they're doing.
Yeah, I got to tell you, that in and of and within itself is a little question mark, because there are a lot of races that he could have performed in. And they only have one race. This is only a second race. We'll wait and see. But he's got Flavian Pratt aboard, the man of the hour, at least right now.
Yeah, he won his 2000th race yesterday, so congratulations to him.
Yes, congratulations to Flavian. 12th and final race for the cleanup race in the Pick 6 jackpot is the American Derby for 3-year-olds at 1 mile and 16 on the turf. We got 3 scratches in that race, making the 10-horse field down to 7. Tistastic is the morning line favorite at 5-2 with Joel Rosario, and I guess he's made the 5-2 favorite because maybe he's the most accomplished out of the ones that are left.
Yeah, but not so fast, my friend. I like two horses in the race. The one, Reagan's Wit, who's 3-1, and the number 9 horse,
Ah.
Giocoso. This horse is listed at a ridiculous 10-1 on the morning line. This is an improving horse, and this horse has a legitimate shot of upsetting. I like the 9 horse in here, along with the 1.
All right, Giocoso, number 9, Giocoso, one of the best plays of the day for Mr. Hardoon. 10-1 on the morning line. With the scratches, he'll be bet down, but you like the 9 in that final race at Churchill. I want to thank you so much for going over those races. I don't think you need to give us a play at Churchill, but I know you have some plays left to give us, one at Belmont at Aqueduct and one at Los Alamitos Thoroughbred.
Yeah, let's look at the 8th race today at Belmont at Aqueduct. And I like the number 7 horse in here, Before the Wind. This is a 3-year-old gelding from the Elizabeth Merriman barn. Kendrick Carmouche aboard to ride. He's listed at 6-1 on the morning line. He's an improving horse, getting better with each start. Has a race over the track, 6-1 on the morning line. Number 7, Before the Wind, wins today's 8th race out at Belmont at the Big A.
All right, 8th race at Belmont Big A, the 7, Before the Wind. Kendrick Carmouche aboard. How about Los Alamitos Thoroughbreds with those 2 carryovers, buddy?
Yeah, well, with the early pick 5 carryover, and that's going to be really a terrific layout there. I like the number 7 horse in here, Leah's Candy, a 6-year-old gelding from the Manny Badia barn. This horse cuts back in distance today, draws a good outside box, 1-for-1 at Los Al, 4-1 on the morning line. Tiago Pierre aboard to ride. I like number 7, Leah's Candy, to win today's opener out at Los Alamitos.
1 o'clock Pacific, first post time for that pick 5 carryover exceeding $114,000. And you think that the 7 horse is going to get the candy, Leah's Candy, with Tiago Piero aboard, first race, the 7, post time 1 o'clock. Thanks a lot for your input today, Jonathan. And of course, you got full sheets for Los Alamitos, Belmont at Aqueduct, and at Churchill Downs as well. They can get them.
JONHARDOON.com. Thank you, Ralphie. Stay safe, be well. Tomorrow, the big pick 6 at Churchill Downs. We'll have plenty to talk about.
You sure do, pal. And we got plenty to talk about what happens today as well. Thanks a lot, Jonathan. All right, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, Bob Mazurski is standing by for Los Alamitos. I still have Jerry's and Richie's picks for you, and John Lindo standing by as well. Big show. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Here we are in Houston, opening up our first veteran village. This beautiful building that's going to house 161 homeless veterans. Any veteran that risks their lives and they're struggling with PTSD, mental illness, addiction. We're also building what I call comfort homes, 500 square foot homes. These are for older homeless veterans, so they have their own space, and give them back some of their dignity, some of their independence, and most certainly give them back their life. Go to T2T.org to learn how you can change a veteran's life forever.
If you're celebrating a special occasion or just love fine dining, you're in the right place. Come experience the crown jewel of South Point restaurants, Michael's Gourmet Room.
Welcome.
With over 600 different types of wines and magnificent dishes prepared tableside, you'll revel in the rich classic Vegas decor and the best black tie service in the world. This intimate gourmet room has earned accolades galore. Come to Michael's Gourmet Room for an unforgettable dining experience. Another famous restaurant is the Silverado Steakhouse, where you'll find the charm and service that discerning patrons require. From top quality steaks and chops to fresh seafood and desserts, you'll love the award-winning wine list and menu at Silverado Steakhouse. Steak lovers have even more options with primarily prime rib. Catering to hearty appetites, the menu features a variety of flavorful prime rib cuts, dry-aged to ensure tenderness, and then seasoned and slowly roasted. Although prime rib is our specialty, it's not the only thing on the menu. There's something for everyone.
Back on Race Day Las Vegas. Time to go out to Southern California where all those carryovers are at. Bob Mazurski, good morning.
Hey, Ralph, how are you today?
I'm doing fine, my man. First time ever, pick 5 carryover during the thoroughbred meet at Los Al. It was a crazy day of racing yesterday. And that $130 shocker, that horse went wire to wire and never looked like a loser.
That is absolutely right. Went off at 64-1. It was a race filled with 2-year-old first-time starters, and I think even the connections were surprised by that victory. But there was 3 horses not covered in that race, and that caused the carryover. And I'd say the fireworks came a week early at Los Al yesterday.
Well, there's going to be, I think you better reload because there's going to be some fireworks again today. That's for sure with those 2 big carryovers. You got a $19,000 plus carryover in the pick 6 because, of course, that $130 horse kind of just blew up everything yesterday. But it was an unusual and eclectic type of day of racing yesterday at Los Alamitos. But today, it looks like at least the Los Alamitos Derby is going to be pretty much favorites when you got 5 in the race, 3 trained by Bob Baffert, and he's going for his 9th consecutive Los Al Derby win?
That is right. The last time he did not win it was 2016 when a horse named Accelerate for John Sadler, who ended up being a Breeders' Cup Classic winner. So that's the kind of horse it took to stop Baffert's streak. But he looks very tough today, as you mentioned. He has 3 of the 5, including the morning line favorite Nevada Beach, who comes off a nice second in the Affirmed at Santa Anita behind his stablemate Gaming. Gaming, of course, was a Grade 1 winner as a 2-year-old. So I think Nevada Beach. And when Juan Hernandez ends up, he's the Baffert's main man these days. He's on Nevada Beach. So I think that tells you that he's the preferred of the 3.
Well, I would like to know how they named Nevada Beach because living in Nevada, I do not remember any beaches as far as, from oceans here, unless they're predicting that big one in Southern California. But in any case, we do have a little bit of a beach, I guess, at the Lake Mead. But in any case, the 5 Nevada Beach, even money with Juan Hernandez. And Hernandez, I think, is almost perfect in all of the races that he's shown up to ride in this meet at Los Al.
Yeah, he won with Kings River Knight, the Bertrando, last week. He's had a couple other winners. He rides here sparingly, but he certainly makes the most of it. Nobody's won more stakes races here since we started daytime racing in 2014. He has 21 stakes wins now, and his percentage is very, very good in those races. There was a couple meets where he won all the stakes that were offered at the meet, and he has a chance to do that again this year if he wins today with Nevada Beach, and then I'm sure he'll have a mount next week in the big one of the meet, the Great Lady M.
Now, that is the 8th race of 9 races on the card. It is part of the pick 6, but even at that, Bob Baffert's got 3 horses in the race. You got to try to figure out which one if you're going to single that race in the pick 6. So you might have to go 3 deep anyhow in that race.
No, that's very possible unless you just decide to key on one. Varney's an improving horse. He won on the main track at Pimlico last time. He was on the undercard of the Preakness, went gate to wire. That was his first win. He's improving. Tis Secure, he's a new gelding. He's bred to run on. He's out of a mare who was a multiple graded stakes winner, going long on the dirt. So he has a reason to improve. So, yeah, either you take a stand or you use all 3.
All right, Bob, we're going to get a winner from you for today at Los Alamitos, reminding everybody 2 big carryovers today in the pools at the Los Alamitos Thoroughbred. $114,000 in the pick 5. First post, 1 o'clock. That'll start off the pick 5. And then, of course, the pick 6 will begin in the 4th race with $19,000 plus. Bob?
I'm going to go to the 6th race. I like number 4. It's a horse I think you can key in the late pick 4 and perhaps the pick 6, Devil Among Us. This horse loves this racetrack. He has 2 wins and 2 seconds and 4 starts here. He was claimed last time by Librato Barocchio, who does a very good job, kind of an underrated trainer. This horse sizzled a half-mile work in 45 and change, so there's no doubt what their strategy is going to be, especially with Maldonado riding. I think he can take these all the way. So in the 6th race, number 4, Devil Among Us.
All right, number 4, Devil Among Us. And the 6th race is Bob Mazurski's play. Bob, they can get a rest of what you have to offer today. Where?
At todaysracingdigest.com, Southern California selections every racing day, and then a graded handicap in the Southern California News Group papers, which includes the LA Daily News, Pasadena Star News, Orange County Register, among several others.
Thanks a lot, Bob. We will talk to you tomorrow and recap what happened today at Los Al.
Sounds good, Ralph. Good luck to everyone today.
Thank you, sir. We will. We appreciate that gesture. And Rich Eng, who is not with us today, he has commitment over the weekend, so he has his sheet, the full sheet of handicapping for Los Alamitos Thoroughbred at the racedaylasvegas.com websites. But he told me that he wanted to give you a pick today, not at Los Alamitos, but at Churchill Downs. So Rich Eng's pick for the show today comes at Churchill Downs. It comes in that 10th race, the one that Jonathan Hardoon said is a very difficult race. In that race, he likes the 3-horse, Mi Hermano Ramon. Number 3, Mi Hermano Ramon, 10th race at Churchill Downs, the Wise Dan. He likes number 3, Mi Hermano Ramon. And, of course, his picks for Los Alamitos available at racedaylasvegas.com websites. We're going to take one final quick break. When we come back, I got Jerry J's plays for you, and then John Lindo will wrap it up. Don't go away.
South Point is also proud to provide a variety of relaxing amenities for the guests who want to be pampered. Soak up the sun and let your stress melt away in our lagoon-style paradise swimming pool. A relaxing getaway where you can bask in the desert sun and enjoy seasonal food and bar service poolside. And if you really want to escape, come to Spa Costa del Sur. From couple suites to a co-ed wet area, our spa caters to business and leisure travelers who want to unwind and elevate their senses. A visit to one of our spa's steam, sauna, or whirlpool treatment rooms will leave any guest feeling like they can take on the world.
The Southern California Thoroughbred Circuit continues at Los Alamitos Racecourse with exciting daytime racing set for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday through July 6th. This weekend's feature is the Los Alamitos Derby on Saturday. Past winners include greats like Shared Belief, Game Winner, and Accelerate. Plus, our live on-track handicapping contest is also set for this Saturday. We'll have berths to the NHC in Las Vegas. And remember, our holiday racing program is set for Friday, 4th of July. Daytime racing is back at Los Alamitos Racecourse.
The Race Day Las Vegas Show, the only exclusive daily local media racing information source in Las Vegas.
All righty, back to put the topper on this very busy Saturday Race Day show with a lot of great stuff happening all over the country. It's kind of like you got to keep your head spinning to cover it all. I got Jerry J's plays for you. Now, as you know, he's on vacation. The power pages for Belmont at Aqueduct and Los Alamitos are still produced out there. And he left me his picks. He said, interpret what I might do on it. Well, my interpretation of what he might do on it sucks right now. I've gone about a couple of days without a winner, so I'm going to try to interpret again for you. This is my interpretation of what he might play. All right? Go to the 9th race. In the 9th race today at Belmont at Aqueduct, this is the 9th at Belmont at Aqueduct, he's got a top-rated horse in number 2, Lady Arwen. Lady Arwen, Kendrick Carmouche aboard at 4-1, breaks from the rail at a mile at Belmont at Aqueduct. So we're going to use the 2 as the key. The link-ups will be numbers 3, 4, and 9. 2 as the key, and then 3, 4, 9, and reverse. Okay, that's at Belmont at Aqueduct. By the way, yesterday, Belmont at Aqueduct, the key horse ran out, but the link-ups ran first, second, and third. So keep that in mind. But the 2 is the key in the 9th at Belmont at Aqueduct. As far as Los Alamitos Thoroughbred, Jerry J goes to the I'm going to the 7th race for an interpretation here. In the 7th race, he likes number 2, Prancing Through Paris. That is a star horse on his sheet. Number 2, Prancing Through Paris. And so that'll be the key. The link-ups will be numbers 1, 4, and 6. 2 over 1, 4, 6 in the 7th race at Los Al Thoroughbreds. And again, power pages for both those tracks, full pages at jerryjspowerpage.com. Now let's go out to John Lindo standing by in Southern California, and he's ready. John, good morning.
Ready to go, Ralph. Going to be a fun day today. Looking forward to it.
A crazy day happened yesterday from Louisville, Kentucky to, Southern California, Orange County, Southern California. It was just happening yesterday. The crazy stuff happens.
Unbelievable. It's just the bombs everywhere. And like you guys had mentioned earlier, I was shocked that there was nobody alive to take down that whole jackpot at Churchill Downs. So not one winning favorite. And even going back after those races, I couldn't find some of those winners.
Yeah, I couldn't either. I mean, it was just one of those days, and you rack it up to just, saying it is, and then we move forward. A big day of racing today, carryovers all over the place, 2 at Los Alamitos, and, of course, the big one at Churchill and all those big races at Churchill. Before we get your Los Alamitos take, Churchill Downs, we got 6 stakes races. You did a late pick 5. The last 5 races, all stakes races, a late pick 5 Lindo report sheet available here at the South Point, as well as a full the Los Alamitos sheet. Both of those Lindo reports are available here at the South Point Racebook, only here in the gaming capital, free of charge in our racebook because they love horse players. Any thoughts about the big races at Churchill Downs, especially the Stephen Foster?
Well, the Stephen Foster is going to be my first radio play, Ralph. In that 11th race, the Stephen Foster, Churchill Downs, I like number 2, Mindframe, quite a bit. I like him even more with the scratch of Skippy Longstocking because, like you mentioned earlier, it takes a lot of the speed out. Mindframe faced an absolutely stellar field in the Churchill Downs, going 7 furlongs last time. Ran them down. I think going 2 turns on the inside, he'll either be on the lead or he'll be stalking a very moderate pace. I think he's better around 2 turns than he is 1. I don't think there's any way we get the 7-2 morning line, but if we get 2-1 or 5-2, that's fair value. Number 2, Mindframe for me in the Stephen Foster.
All right, that's your Churchill Downs pick, the 2, Mindframe, and I concur. As you know, I do. The 2, Mindframe in the 11th race, the Stephen Foster. You know, Jonathan Ardoon thinks that Torpedo Anna can get beat again, and, you know, that's going to be the free bingo square on 90% of the Pick 6 tickets. Do you?
Well, I took a stand against her last time. We got that one right. I'm not willing to try and beat her today. I just think there's too much on the line. I don't think trainer Kenny McPeak would run this filly back today, after getting beat last time. And she had a miserable trip last time in the Fleur-de-Lis. So, I think all things being equal, if she gets any kind of trip, and there's no speed in the race, if I'm Brian Hernandez, I just send her out of there, put her on the lead. She's the best filly. I think she wins today.
And, of course, the most competitive and deep field of the stakes races today seems to be the Wise Dan, the 10th race on the card there. And, of course, you got Mi Hermano Ramon as the Southern California entrant. But I got to tell you, this is going to be a good competitive race.
Well, it's another race that doesn't have a whole lot of pace. With Mercante out, that kind of muddles the pace situation. I thought Brilliant Birdie got the wrong ride last time when they put him on the lead. He wants a target to run at. Today, I think he follows Taking Candy, who's drawn just to his inside. And if he has that target, he's an absolute course specialist on the Churchill turf. I think he rebounds today, and just a little different change in tactics. I think he'll get the money. All
righty, and that, of course, at Churchill Downs. And like I said, you got a late pick 5 there covering those races at Churchill right here, the Lender Report at the South Point. Quick look at Los Alamitos, and what can you say about the Los Al Derby?
Well, Bob Baffert's going to win it for the 9th year in a row. I'm not sure which one, but Bob Baffert's going to win the race. The horse that's going to get all the money is Nevada Beach. But I tell you what, Varney has been a work in progress, and he finally put things together at Pimlico last time, scratched out of a race against older allowance horses at Santa Anita to try this race, the Los Al Derby. And I think he's the controlling speed. So we'll find out if he's good enough. Nevada Beach will have to come from off the pace in a small field, but Varney's going to be the one to catch turning for home. All righty. John, we will get a pick for you from Los Alamitos, reminding everybody the Linder Report covers all the races today at Los Alamitos Thoroughbred. That's that big pick 5 carryover and pick 6 carryover as well. It's here at the South Point, free of charge. Where are we going with the pick? I'm going to go to race 6, take on Bob Mazursky. I like number 7, Awesome Rhythm, coming out of a route. This horse will be dead fit, cutting back to a sprint. I think he's a better horse on dirt. The only 2 dirt races were really good. He's got speed. He'll sit right outside the Devil Among Us. And I think that fitness might pay dividends the last 16th of a mile. He's 4-1 on the program. Look for a good pressing trip from number 7, Awesome Rhythm, race number 6, Los Alamitos. All righty, we got ourselves a Siraco play right at the end of the show. In the 6th race, you like number 7, Awesome Rhythm. Number 7, Awesome Rhythm is your pick in the 6th race. And with Bob coming with the 4 earlier, well, then the Siraco play is an exacta box of 4-7-7-4 in the 6th race at Los Al. All I got to say, folks, is it's going to be a great day of racing for horse players. It's a great card at Churchill Downs. You got those carryovers and competitive racing at Los Alamitos. Throw in a couple of great racing cards and stakes races, both at Woodbine and Laurel, etc. And we've got a day of action here, and I hope you join us here at the South Point, that's for sure. If not, God willing, Creek Don't Rise. We'll be back tomorrow morning to recap whatever happened today and look at tomorrow's racing as well. But for today, you just have a great time out at the races. And I know John Lendo's got one more thing to tell you. Have a great race day, everybody.